Abortion shouldn't be something you guys take lightly, okay? Abortion should not be some form of birth control that you guys heavily rely on. All right? A lot of you guys are just busting inside of people, no birth control. They're not on birth control, don't care. And then when shit hit the fan, you just looking at the ladies like, yo, take a pill.
Or when I tell you I don't want to talk to you, and then you just keep reaching out to me.
Because I'm pregnant and we need to figure this out. I'm pregnant and we need to figure it out.
Pregnant, whatever.
Hey y'all, can you imagine calling someone out publicly for getting a girl pregnant, telling them they're wrong for wanting nothing to do with it, and then turning around and doing the exact same thing yourself? I'm sure by this point you have all heard about the baby mama drama going on with Abba and Preach. To sum it up, Abba got a girl, Libby, pregnant that he had been dating for upwards of 5 months. After she told him she was pregnant, they had multiple weeks of back and forth communication deciding what to do. Libby had changed her mind about what to do a few times since she was obviously struggling to make the decision. This uncertainty frustrated Abba, and he basically told her he wanted nothing to do with the baby or her. He wanted her completely out of his life.
I was trying to contact you the last 2 days because there's a baby involved.
How do I get rid of you? I don't want to hear
There was
explanation.
no decision made. There wasn't any.
So you keep talking. I'm not listening.
Once she got officially cut off, she ended up deciding to have the abortion, even though she said she doesn't believe in them. Which is contradictory, but anyways, she has now come out to expose Abba and his hypocritical behavior. Since this has all come out, Abba has made multiple videos responding to the allegations and defending himself in his typical fashion of clipping every word and playing all the semantics games.
She says April is when she started this whole thing. It says, "Hi, I'm contacting you on behalf of my friend who's dating Abba. She wanted to know if she can get your advice and understand why Abba forced her to get an abortion." You understand how illegal that is to force someone to have an abortion? Argument wasn't that big. She makes it sound like I was like, man, there's fucking the women in Spain are so hot, and that's not what happened. We're just talking about how people are attractive in different places. You know, in some places you'll find the men are more attractive, in some places you'll find the women are more attractive.
And that's the truth of this whole situation. Like, if I hadn't recorded this incident, no one would believe me about how it went down. The presumption of guilt is just on me, no matter what. And if I am not like neurotic enough to record every incident, and it doesn't matter how much he lies or how much he gets caught in 4K lying, people are still going to believe it, because at the end of the day, that's just the way this dynamic works.
The whole point people are actually trying to get through to him, and that he is completely missing, is that he has been a fake ass hypocrite. When this same exact situation played out with Fresh from Fresh and Fit, Abba was quick to interview the girlfriend Daisy so she could air out all her dirt on Fresh. Abba acted so shocked, saying, how could Fresh do this? How can he just nut in random prostitutes? I mean, Abba was really going in on Fresh.
Our friend Walter Weeks, Mr. Fresh Prince CEO, got his her pregnant, and she's keeping the baby, and she's exposing him. Male guru, whatever, red pill, knows the truth of the world, got caught up with a sex worker and got her pregnant, begging her to get rid of it. The guys who were supposed to tell you not to get these was pregnant, got her pregnant. It's not about that right now. It's good. It's not good. And a lot is happening, especially now business may be over. I don't want kids right now, and we spoke about it and you agreed. Yeah. Sperm inside ovulation, baby. Who decided? Who decided? Listen, that being said, I don't have money. Good luck. You will see. Unfortunately, Fresh, that's not how it works. If she filed them court documents, they gonna get your bank accounts, they gonna get your statements, and you gonna have to cough up that cash. All right?
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over. No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
He's out here saying he don't claim her. He never claimed her. That's not his girl. But in private, he's saying, I love you. He's saying, you my girlfriend. He moved her in. And on top of that, he publicly on video saying he loved her. Does that sound like somebody who's being treated like a jump off? I'm just saying. Everyone telling she's baby trapping him, all this other stuff. Is she baby trapping him, or is he just trapping her? He refusing to pull out, busting inside them sugar walls. And now all of a sudden he's been trapped. He don't want to be a dad. You have decided that you were not going to pull out of her vagina. So you are not going to pull out of fatherhood.
And how long they been together?
4 or 5 months. They be busting inside her sugar walls every day, never pulling out. So why is he lying? Not because it's a big deal, but it's like Preach said, it's a big deal to the fans. And now he had to double down, triple down on the lie. It's almost insulting because your fans are being like, yo, are you living up to your principle? And you're like, yes, I am. You guys are lying and saying I'm not. When you just ask the girl, it's like, oh no, he's lying about it. So he called her on 30th of March, telling her she's pregnant. And I think on April 4th, that's when she started exposing him. So on April 4th.
Denied and everything. And stuff.
Yeah, because when she contacted him, he's just like, bro, I don't know you. Get the fuck away from me. Like, no, that's your problem. Go deal with it. And so she's like, yo, you got me pregnant. You just gonna disappear on me? So when she exposed her, she's like, I'm calling a lawyer. I'm going to figure this whole shit out. And so that's the timeline of how things.
Imagine she names him Abba Preach Daisy.
I'm paying them legal fees. I will double the video output on this channel to pay for little Abba Preach Daisy to get all that child support. Every dime. If that nigga's gonna have Walter's genetics, she deserves child support. He gonna need every financial advantage to be able to make it in life, and he gonna have Pug CEO's genetics. And this goes to all the guys who are watching at home, all right? If you guys want to do this thing where you going in raw, because I know a lot of you guys like doing it, have conversations about whether or not she's on birth control. And if she's not, you guys got to have a different conversation at that point. You got to talk about, like, I think if you want her to actually get the abortion, it's probably best not to just go nuclear and be like, because then she's going to just cut you off. Just something to think about.
What do you mean?
Because if you're just like, yo, f you, then she'll be like, f you, I'll do what I want. And then what happens? You can't even have any say.
Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Abba has been nutting in multiple women as well. Like, come on, dude. What do you think happens when you nut in a woman?
Sperm inside ovulation. Baby, who decided? Who decided? Listen, that being said,
do you need to go back to grade 9 health education class? Because men that get women pregnant and then say they want nothing to do with it are basically forcing an abortion, and in my opinion are just as responsible for the murder of their baby. I can judge Abba and Fresh for nutting in any and every bitch because I actually don't do that, but Abba trying to come down on other men for the same thing he has been doing is absolutely diabolical and incredibly two-faced. He has basically been faking a persona that favors his liberal audience. He's been playing all of his fans for fools. The reason men are upset with Abba isn't because of the situation, since if we're being honest, this is a playbook that a lot of these men roll with. They get the chick pregnant, and then when she tries to use it against them or as a way to make their relationship stronger, the guy will just tell her to have the baby, which he does to exonerate himself from being held responsible for the inevitable abortion, because then he will just never speak to her again, telling her she can just do it on her own, which ultimately usually results in the girl making the hard decision to terminate the pregnancy. No matter what, getting an abortion is hard on a woman emotionally and physically, so either way, these women do experience a level of trauma at the hands of these men, which Abba actually knows all about apparently and discussed while trying to hate on Fresh.
okay. This is joking aside, okay? This is just for everyone watching at home. Abortion shouldn't be something you guys take lightly, okay? Abortion should not be some form of birth control that you guys heavily rely on. All right? A lot of you guys are just busting inside of people, no birth control, they're not on birth control, don't care. And then when shit hit the fan, you just looking at the ladies like, yo, take a pill. Go to the clinic. Like, that's an incredibly physically traumatic thing for a lot of women to experience. It fucks up their hormone balance for an extended period of time. It has physical ramifications, and it messes with their psyche. If you've never had your hormones completely out of whack, you may never be able to understand. But just casually saying, yo, just take a pill, do this, just get rid of it. You guys are asking a lot. Okay? So I'm not saying that you guys can't have conversations about abortion, but the way some of you guys approach it and the way you guys talk about it so flippantly, y'all are so goddamn irresponsible about it. I don't even care if you guys get caught up having to pay child support. My understanding is even after it happens, for a long extended period of time after that, they still feel the effects of a pregnancy.
That's correct.
So like their bodies are kind of going through it the entire time. So, and if you've never seen a woman who's pregnant, like she going through mood swings, her hormones are all over the place, her appetite, her depression, her like everything changes. So just guys understand
understand what it is you guys are asking for that little short bit of like pleasure that you guys get busted inside the sugar walls. You guys are demanding that they take this thing, and there's like very little consideration.
Abed knowing all of this information before what he did just makes him more of a terrible person, honestly. He was calling Libby crazy, making fun of her mental health, and telling her to just get rid of it on a phone call that Libby recorded between the two of them.
I want nothing from you. I don't want anything with the child. I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything. I will never want to learn a damn thing about anything involving us.
But why don't you want anything to do with the baby?
Because you're the mother.
But what did I do?
You'll never know. I'll never explain it to you.
So I told you how I felt.
Hey. No. I don't care. I don't want to hear your explanation. You're not convincing me. We're not having a long conversation. I ask one thing of you. It sounds like you don't want to respect it. I will never spend time with anybody involving you. Look them in the face. I will not learn any names. They will never know me. I will never know them. I'm going to make my own family. I'm going to move on with my life, and they will have nothing to do with me. That includes you. Anything tethered to you, anything connected to you, I want nothing.
Because I told you how I felt 5 months in, and
I don't care about your explanation. You can say whatever you want. You will never know why. Tell me how I get you out of my life. Is there any way I can make sure I never hear from you again? Oh, tell me how. Just answer that question. How do I rid myself of you? Oh, now you don't have anything to say? You don't have an answer to that? So I can't get rid of you, can I? Like, you're always going to be this fucking parasite who shows up in my life. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think that's how I've been. I think I've been trying to...
I don't care how you think, how you get. I just want to know. I don't want to hear you talk about anything else. Can you just tell me how I can get you out of my life?
Talk. I don't think...
Because I don't want to hear you talk about anything. I don't owe you a conversation. All I want to know is, how do I get you out of my life?
You really thought
All I want you is to be gone. I just want you to be gone. I want you gone.
So,
you are the worst thing in my life. How do I get rid of you? You can tell me the only thing I want to hear from you is, how do I get rid of you? Tell me. I don't care about what you have to say. I don't care about your explanations. Everything that you say means nothing to me. Everything.
It was last night. Last night is when we broke up, and you said, "Okay, we can break up. Just keep me updated on the pregnancy and whether or not you want to keep it." And then you blocked me, and I have to make a decision, and so we figured it out. But I didn't harass you. I didn't blackmail you. I didn't do any of those things. I needed to figure out whether or not you really meant you didn't want to be a part of the baby after.
Okay, cool. Now you know. Okay, cool. Now you know I meant it. Anything else?
But before last night, before we had this serious conversation, you wanted me to keep the baby. Before...
Listen, we're not having a conversation. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'll never be involved. That's my answer.
That's okay. But I don't understand.
I'm not explaining anything to you. You will get zero explanations from me. I'm not explaining.
You don't have to explain.
I don't want it.
But it is you were great. Like when you're riled up like this and it's happening in every fight, you say
awesome.
You always say the worst things to me, and then when things are okay, you realize how messed up.
Libby, I was the worst, and Libby's the best. Anything else? Shit, for someone who ended a relationship, you love to still talk to me. This is crazy.
No.
I've never broken up with someone and been yapped to this much afterwards. It's like, it's actually kind of insane. I've never seen someone end a relationship and like be on a call like this just yapping.
Because
what? You're dead to me. What else do you need to hear after that? Like, it's kind of pathetic to stay on this call and still explain yourself. Have some self-respect. Move on with your fucking life.
Hey, I'm pregnant.
I don't like you. I don't want anything to do with you. How much longer do you need to hear
this?
That?
All of a sudden, after the conversation last night, because I was your number one priority. You left the dancing thing to talk to me. You said anything for you.
It's almost like crazy that when someone's not your partner, they're no longer a priority in your life. Wow. Mind blowing. Yeah. We're done. You're dead to me. You don't have anything to do. You're having a baby. I don't care. I'll never want to know anything about that.
You don't.
So if you want to have it,
because why? Because I told
you gone. Even if it means I don't get to be in my child's life, it's a great thing because it means you're gone. You're horrible. So I just want you.
Why am I horrible? I need to know.
Please text me about this shit. I don't care what you're going to say. I'll never be involved. You don't understand. You can literally be next door to me. No, you don't understand. You can be literally next door to me, okay? If anything is connected to you, I want it gone out of my life. I don't care. I don't care. You're a parasite, and you like knowing that I have some emotions about you.
So why did you...
We will never co-parent. I want you gone. How do I do that?
You didn't even hear what I had to say about the stuff in the beginning of
I don't want to hear about your co-parenting or how you want to do it or how you want to move close. I will never look at that child. You understand? I will never spend time. I'm going to make my own family. Be married with somebody, I have kids with them, and that child will never be part of that. It reminded me, like, I just hope you know how you treated me considering how amazing I was. I just hope you know that this, what you did to me was unforgivable, and I didn't blackmail you, but you did the worst thing in the world. I just hope you know that I'm so good and so kind and so nice. That's all you want to do.
I only did the right thing.
It's not about relationship. The whole relationship is just with you saying how bad I am and saying how great you are.
Because look how you...
He refusing to pull out, busting inside them sugar walls. And now all of a sudden he's been trapped?
He don't want to be a dad. You have decided that you were not going to pull out of her vagina, so you are not going to pull out of fatherhood.
And how long they been together?
4 or 5 months. Amy busting inside her sugar walls every day, never pulling out.
If she really was pregnant, Abba should already know that she's going through a lot and may not be in the most stable mindset.
January 9th. That's the call where she hits me up. And you have to remember, during this period, there were multiple suicide attempts on her end when I would try to end the relationship. And she'd do that often. So this is during one of her many, many attempts to like off herself. She says, "I'm sorry for offing our baby." And I reply, "You threatened to off yourself 5 times now." She goes, "I'm offing our baby, remember?" And I meant off the baby. I don't know. These are really hard to read. She writes, "And then by the 24th, I would have offed the baby." She wrote, "I'm going to off the baby, LOL." She quotes, "I'm going to, quote, do what I have to do and off the baby, low. And then off a child too, you're right. I'm going to off myself. And this is why I chose to not have the baby. I'm sorry, meant off the baby." She writes, "Hey, listen, you're going to be all right. Sorry you met me, and sorry for offing our baby. You're going to be all right."
At the end of the day, I hope this situation teaches Abba a lesson about how crazy some of these women actually are and why sometimes it's okay to tell a chick, "You're crazy, stop trying to ruin my life," and to cut her off cold turkey. Personally, I don't see a huge problem with the situation. This pregnancy, ex-abortion stuff happens a lot, unfortunately. What I do care about is the totally fake good guy persona played by Abba. And to all my lovely ladies out there, please, and I want to scream this from the rooftops, do not get pregnant without the ring. Otherwise, you're just trapping yourself. Do not let a dusty ass passport bro like Fresh or Abba impregnate you and drag you down. I just wanted to get it out there that all of these response videos Abba is making are completely mute and missing the point. We don't care about the logistics. We care that you crucified a man for playing the same game that you've been playing. You fake ass big hipped hoe. Anyways, that's all I have to say for today. What were your thoughts when this bombshell dropped? Did your opinion of Abba change? Let me know in the comments. It was great talking to you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
And this goes to all the guys who are watching at home, all right? If you guys want to do this thing where you go in and rock, because I know a lot of you guys like doing it, have conversations about whether or not she's on birth control. And if she's not, you guys got to have a different conversation at that point.